So just imagine that these students are not trained right now. You put all of them in a classroom, and then you supply an image to this classroom, and they will initially make a random guess. So Mike will randomly guess whether this image has koala's eyes or not, and similarly everyone will make a random guess, and finally Sergey will tell whether this is koala or not. And once Sergey has a decision, he will go out of the classroom, and there is a supervisor who is standing. The supervisor knows the correct answer. So Sergey will say, "Hello sir, this doesn't look like koala." And supervisor will be like, "No, you're wrong. This is koala." Sergey then goes back to the classroom and says, "Hey guys, this is actually koala. What score did you give me?" Serena and Nidhi will then go back to rest of the classroom and say, "Hey Mike, Mohan, Sakib, this is actually koala's ears, eyes and nose. You need to be careful next time." So they use this experience of mistake. So basically as a group they made a mistake, and the mistake or the error has been passed from Sergey to Serena, Nidhi to rest of the group. This process is called backward error propagation. So you make a mistake and then you get the feedback that you have made a mistake, and you pass this feedback to rest of the group so that they adjust their weights. You can take n number of koalas images and repeat the same process. So the same process is repeated where you make a random guess, then Sergey goes out and tells the supervisor that this is koala or not. The supervisor will tell you if the answer is correct or not, and the error feedback is passed on to rest of the group, and the group keeps on adjusting their weights or adjusting their brains in a way that they can finally come up with the right answer. You can be given thousands or 10,000 such koalas images, and after training this group for so many images, eventually the group becomes better at koala's face detection. Initially it will make a lot of error, but as the time goes it will keep on improving. Now how it improves the weights? For that it uses a derivative and some mathematics, and for that I'm going to link a popular video by 3 Blue 1 Brown where he has explained nicely how neural network works. So if you are interested in looking at math, please look at that video. The motivation behind neural networks came from the way human brain works. If you remember those days when as a kid you were trying to learn bicycle, you would initially fall down, then you try again fall down, try again, and eventually you master that skill. During those trial and errors, what's happening is our brain has billions and maybe trillions of neurons, and in those neurons this training process is constantly going on. So there is this error loop or a backpropagation feedback that goes inside those tiny neurons, and the weights between those neurons are constantly being adjusted until you get into a situation where you are making minimum amount of mistake. Right now when you are learning deep learning, actually inside your brain there is a deep learning.
No one seems to know this, but Amazon actually has a $50 million fund